Okay, I want to talk to you about exposure. And when I say exposure, I'm referring to experiences, knowledge, information that you have been exposed to. Um, I hate defining a word with a word, but you know what I'm saying, right? Okay. And the reason we got to this was because of something that I saw on Facebook actually that really kind of irked me. And I've just been seeing more things since then that kind of just makes me go, really? What's going on? Um, Someone's Facebook status said that wearing shorts above the knee was a man law violation. And it bothered me so much. One, because I hate the idea of man law. Uh, but two, because it was the most superficial and ridiculous thing I'd ever heard. When I think about it, it's like I could think of a million exceptions to that. Because if we say that shorts that end above the knee, so all NBA players of the 70s, early 80s, there weren't men. Um, Men of the Caucasian persuasion, they're not men. And let's be honest, most of our older family members who were alive during the 70s and 80s, they had their little jean cut off shorts that were, yeah, definitely above the knee. Let's keep it real. And we're saying they're not men? I don't think we are. What you really want to say, I think, is men that you know, men from your circle of influence. That would be the more appropriate statement, the more accurate statement, even. And I think that's really what it comes down to is that it's about your frame of reference, what you've seen, what you've experienced. And people fail to realize that your frame of reference is so finite. There's so much more in the world going on around us every day, all the time. There's cultures, there's different socioeconomic backgrounds where certain things that might not be acceptable to you are completely acceptable. But to deem them not man, not woman, not black, not white, whatever it is silly. And that kind of taps into the next part that a friend of mine on Twitter, we were talking about who gets to decide what's black. And of course, I had to bring up my now mantra is that being black in America is not a monolithic experience. And what I mean by that is there's too many of us with too many backgrounds, too many different geographic locations for there to be a singular black experience. Me growing up in St. Louis may be completely different from someone growing up in Boston, Massachusetts. It may be completely different from someone who grew up in Houston, Texas. Not only just because of location, but because of socioeconomic status, because of education, completely different. And to say that someone doesn't talk black is silly. And I've even been guilty of this. I try to catch myself on this as much as possible now. If anything, I try to say that someone speaks like they are from the hood, possibly, or they speak edu- rather educatedly with proper grammar. But I try to not say someone talks black, someone talks white anymore because it's again it shows ignorance when you get through with it. And and that's the whole thing about it. Whenever you start making these broad, blatant statements of all and every, you're showing how narrow-minded you are. You're showing how little exposure you've had to anything outside of your little world. And so it's don't do that. I mean, what else can I say? When you see something that bucks against what you think is the norm, your first your first inclination should not be to shut it down, but to see what the heck it is, to see what it's about, to see, okay, how does this fit into what I already know, and build from there. I mean, that's my whole thing. When your first idea is just to shut everything out and be like, that's dumb, that's stupid, that's whatever you want to call it, you've already lost. You've lost out on an experience to become a better person, a richer person, intellectually. Just to have a bigger and better experience in life. I mean, come on. So what am I saying? I'm saying take it all in. Don't be so quick to judge because what are you judging against? What you've seen on your block, in your city, in your country? That's not saying much when we have a whole world around us. Till the next time, I'm CJ Conrad. Think it over.